Welcome to Everyday English Studio. Quick question. Why do we say a book but an apple? Why do we say a university but an hour? And why do we sometimes say the sun but other times just a car? If these questions have ever confused you, you are not alone. Thousands of English learners make the same mistake every day. But here is the good news. The rule is actually very simple. In just a few minutes, you will understand it clearly. After this lesson, you will know exactly when to use a, an, and the without guessing. So today, we are going to learn English articles. By the end of this video, you will be able to use them with confidence. Let's get started. First, let's understand what an article is. In English, we have three articles. They are a, an, and the. We use these words before nouns. A noun is the name of a person, a place, an animal, or a thing. Articles help us understand whether we are talking about something in general or something specific. Once you understand this simple idea, choosing the correct article becomes much easier. Now let's begin with a. We use a before a word that begins with a consonant sound. Notice that I said sound, not letter. This is very important. Here are some examples. A book, a dog, a car, a teacher. Each of these words begins with a consonant sound. That is why we use a. Whenever you talk about one thing for the first time and the next word starts with a consonant sound, a is usually the correct choice. Now let's learn about an. We use an before a word that begins with a vowel sound. Again, remember this. It depends on the sound you hear, not just the first letter. Here are some examples. An apple, an elephant, an orange, an umbrella. Each of these words begins with a vowel sound. That is why we use an. This simple rule will help you in many everyday conversations. Now you may be wondering about words like university and hour. These words may look confusing, but they still follow the same sound rule. We say a university. Why? Because the word begins with the sound U. The U sound is a consonant sound. Now look at this example. We say an hour. Why? Because the letter H is silent. The word sounds like hour. The word hour begins with a vowel sound. So remember this simple tip. Always listen to the first sound. Do not look only at the first letter. Now let's talk about the. We use the when we are talking about something specific. Both the speaker and the listener know exactly what is being discussed. Here is an example. I say I saw a cat yesterday. This is the first time I am talking about the cat. So I use a. Now I say the cat was very friendly. Now I am talking about the same cat. It is now specific. That is why I use the. Here is another example. The sun is bright today. Why do we use the? Because there is only one sun in our solar system. Everyone knows which sun we are talking about. The same rule applies to the moon. It also applies to the earth. These are unique. So we use the. Let's look at one more example. Imagine you are sitting at a table with 5 pens. You say, "Can you give me a pen?" You are asking for any pen. It does not matter which one. Now imagine there is only one blue pen on the table. You say, "Can you give me the pen?" Now you are talking about one specific pen. Both people know exactly which pen you mean. That is the difference between a and the. Now let's practice together. Listen carefully. Try to answer before I tell you the correct answer. Sentence 1. I saw elephant at the zoo. The correct answer is an. Because elephant begins with a vowel sound. Sentence 2. She bought new bag yesterday. The correct answer is a. Because new begins with the consonant sound niu. Sentence 3. A moon looks beautiful tonight. The correct answer is the. Because we are talking about the one and only moon. Excellent. If you answered all three correctly, well done. Now let's quickly review today's lesson. Use a before a consonant sound. Use n before a vowel sound. Use the when you are talking about something specific or something that everyone already knows. And remember the most important rule. Choose a or an by listening to the first sound. Do not choose by looking only at the first letter. If you remember this one rule, you will avoid many common mistakes. Now here is today's challenge. Write 3 simple sentences in the comments. Use a in the first sentence. Use an in the second sentence. Use the in the third sentence. I will read your answers, and I will try to reply to as many comments as I can. Thank you so much for learning with Everyday English Studio. I hope this lesson made English articles easy to understand. Remember, fluency comes from practicing a little every day. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way, you will never miss our next English lesson. Until next time, keep learning, keep speaking, keep improving. And I will see you in the next lesson.